On a cold, shivering morning of January 1866, an archaeologist with his team was getting the dense bushes around a mount cleaned. The villagers called that mount Sahet. The moment he moved ahead, mounting on an elephant, he realized he had speculated absolutely right. And like a film, he visualized the pages of Buddhist literature opening one after the other. Yes, this was the orchard that was purchased 2500 years ago from Prince Jeth by a trader Anath Pindak for Lord Buddha. Leaving but mango and sandal trees, Anath Pindak got the entire area cleaned and a beautiful vihar was constructed. The man who had discovered this place was Sir Alexander Cunningham, the first Director General of Archaeological Survey of India, and he had decided there and then to excavate the area, having the hunch that this Mount Sahet was nothing but the Jetwan Vihar and the mount called Mahet was the Sravasti city of Buddhist period. Sravasti was an extremely important Indian city during Buddhist period. In the 6th century BC, there were 16 Mahajanpadas in India. Out of these, Kosal Mahajanpad was the most famous one for its power and expansion, and Sravasti was its capital. The city was connected by main trade routes. There are many theories as to why the city was called as Sravasti. According to Pali literature, sage Savath lived here, hence it was called Savathi, meaning where everything could be found. Whereas in Ramayana, Mahabharata and the Puranas, Ikshvaku ruler Sravast is known to have founded Sravasti. The facts tell us that even before Lord Buddha's arrival, Sravasti was the hub of different philosophical communities. Jain Tirthankar Sambhavnath and Chandra Prabhu were born here, and Ajiva Guru Makhaliput Gosal was also related to the city. Lord Mahavir too had come here many a time and had a great influence on the people of Sravasti. Buddha was related to the Shakyas of Kapilvastu. His childhood was spent in Kapilvastu. In the 6th century BC, Shakyas were under Kosal king Prasenjit. Evidently, Buddha was quite aware of the splendor of Sravasti. After his enlightenment, Buddha was invited to Sravasti by trader Sudatta in Rajgriha. Since there was no proper place for him to stay in Sravasti, Buddha did not confirm his visit. Sudatta, because of his kindness, was also famous as Anath Pindak. He decided to construct a vihar for Buddha, a place with all amenities where Lord Buddha could live. According to Chinese traveller Huan Sang Sariputra, one of Buddha's favorite disciples came to Sravasti to help Anath Pindak in this task. An appropriate place in Sravasti was spotted as the ideal locale for constructing the vihar, and that was the garden of King Prasenjit's son, Prince Jeth. Prince Jeth demanded a heavy price for the garden. He said he would sell only that much of land which would be covered by gold coins. Anath Pindak accepted it, and in this manner, this garden was purchased by him in 18 crore gold coins, and the same amount was spent in constructing the vihar. When there was a little land left, Anath Pindak was prevented by Prince Jeth, and the money that the prince had received in the deal was utilized for constructing the vihar. Lord Buddha was quite impressed by the large-heartedness of Anath Pindak and hence named the Jetwan Vihar as Anath Pindakam. This incident has been very interestingly engraved in the Indian sculptures. Especially Bharhut carvings are incredible. The sculptures there depict a bullock cart full of gold coins and two men laying the coins on ground. And Anath Pindak is seen sanctifying the donation with an urn full of water. And right in front of him is the Bodhi tree, behind which 6 men are seen standing. Probably they are Prince Jeth and his 6 attendants. These sculptures include 2 buildings. On one is engraved Gandhakuti and on the other Kosambakuti. On the rim is inscribed Anath Pindak donating Jetwan purchased by crores of gold coins. Post his enlightenment during the third year, Mahatma Buddha came to Jetwan. He was so enamored by Jetwan, Sravasti and its beautiful surroundings that for the next 25 years, the city and its serene surroundings witnessed Gautam Buddha's stay during rainy season. It was the miracle of his magnanimous presence that a dreaded dacoit like Angulimal chose to embrace Buddhist religion. Actually, Angulimal was the synonym of terror. He used to kill people and then make garland of their fingers. Once he fell short of fingers and hence decided to kill his mother. At that moment, Gautam Buddha pacified him and made him his disciple, and thus Angulimal became a Buddhist monk. Impressed by Gautam Buddha's teachings, King Prasenjit became a follower of Buddhism. After Prasenjit embraced Buddhism, Lord Buddha's opponents challenged him that he was not better in any way. Lord Buddha accepted their challenge and decided to perform a miracle on a set time and place. He grew a mango tree within a day and showed his 1,000 forms in its leaves. After Lord Buddha performed the miracle, Sravasti was established as an epitome of Buddhist religion forever. Maximum number of doctrines and sermons by Lord Buddha had been given here only. While travelling to Sravasti, Mauryan Emperor Ashoka got 2 pillars erected at the eastern entrance of Jetwan and also got a stupa built. Both Fahian and Hunsang in their travelogues have mentioned this place. At the eastern gate, Fahian had seen a wheel and an Ashokan pillar adorned with bullhead. But by 19th century, Sravasti went into such an oblivion that Orientalists marked many places as the city but not getting to the right one. Besides Alexander Cunningham, Dr. W. Hoy carried out excavations during 1875 to 1876 and 1884 to 1885. After these extensive excavations, not only the remains of several stupas and vihars were found, but many archaeological evidences also pointed to the fact that Sahet was the ancient Jetwan Vihar and the remains of Mahet were in reality the remains of Sravasti city. In the early decades of 20th century, J.P. Vogel, Dayaram Sahni, A.J. Wilson and John Marshall discovered many such places during their excavations. In 1959, the excavation carried out under the guidance of Professor K.K. Sinha from Banaras Hindu University was helpful in deciding the real time period of Mahet. From 1986 to 2002 and 2003, the Archaeological Survey of India and Kansai University of Japan excavated in collaboration and came across several vihars, stupas, temples and water tanks. These excavations gave important insights about the city. Presently, this place comes under the newly constructed Sravasti and partially under Balrampur districts respectively. Post-archaeological excavations, many remains related to Buddhism from Jetwan have come to light, of which the remains of stupa, vihar and temples are noteworthy. The oldest remains discovered here are of Kushana period. Sculpted in Mathura and installed by monk Bal, sculpture of a deity is the oldest, whereas the most recent ones are of Buddhist Mahavihar constructed under protection of Kumar Devi, Queen of Kannauj during 11th and 12th century. Soon as one enters the complex, there are remains of some temples to be seen, after which are the remains of another temple and a vihar. From the excavations here, apart from the coins of Gupta period with Brahmi inscriptions and statues of Lord Buddha's different forms, copper plates of 1130 BC of Kannauj king Govind Chand has been found, on which is the mention of nearby villages being donated to the monks of Jetwan Mahavihar. This has factually endorsed the authenticity of Jetwan Mahavihar. Temple and Vihar 19 needs special mention. A mud stamp engraved with Buddhist mantra in the script of Gupta period has also been found here. Based on this, it can be safely said that Jetwan Vihar belongs to the Gupta period. It was conserved in the 10th century and was rebuilt between 11th and 12th century. There are 8 stupas near this vihar. From here, the coins with the name of Buddhadev inscribed in the script of the 5th century have been found. After this, one finds the remains of many more stupas, temples, vihars and wells. A little further is temple number 2, which has been recognized as original Gandhakuti. Built by Anath Pindak, Gandhakuti was probably renovated during Gupta period. The importance of this place has been mentioned in Buddhist literature as Jetwan Gandhakutiya Chattari Manchpadat Thanani Avijhita Nev Honti, meaning all Buddhists who have visited or yet to visit this place never dream of leaving it. "61 meter from temple number 2 is temple number 3 in south direction, which has been recognized as Koshambakuti. It is considered as an extremely important place as Lord Buddha used it personally. This huge mount known as Mahet represents Sravasti city. It has been found from literary sources that Sravasti was situated on the banks of river Achiravati, protected by a high defense wall, on top of which was another defense wall made of bricks. This 5.23 km long wall sported many high domes and entrance gates. Achiravati is identified today as river Rapti. Presently, one finds 4 main gates here known as Imli Darwaza, Rajgarh Darwaza, Naushehra Darwaza and Kandbari Darwaza. These are at southwest, northwest, northeast and southeast angles respectively. Near western entrance is Shobnath temple. This is basically a Jain temple on which a dome was made during medieval period. This place is known as the birthplace of Jain Tirthankars Sambhavnath and Chandraprabh. After excavating the nearby sites, the remains of 3 more temples have been found. Along with that, the remains of a basement of Jain temple and stone sculptures of some Tirthankars in standing and sitting postures have also been discovered, which are said to be of 11th and 12th century. Pakki Kuti is one of the 2 biggest mounds of the city. According to Cunningham, this was the stupa of Anglimal as was witnessed by the Chinese travelers, while some scholars believe that this could be the prayer room built by Prasenjit in the honor of Gautam Buddha. Kachi Kuti, which is a little further towards southeast from Pakki Kuti, is supposed to be the huge monument of the city. Basically, built during Kushan period, this monument was renovated and rebuilt a number of times in following years. Some scholars acknowledge it as stupa of Sudat as described by Chinese travelers. The archaeological excavations carried out in this area have brought to light many remains like houses, ancient road, temples, etc. These excavations take city's history back to 1000 years. A little away from Sravasti towards east is a mound named Odajhar. This is situated on the left bank of Rapti's tributary Khajuha. Excavations here have exposed the remains belonging to 3 stages from Kushar period to Gupta period and 11th and 12th century. Odajhar has been identified as Purvam or Purvi Mahavihar, mentioned by Fayan and built by Vishakha. Near Odajhar are two mounds, Panahiyajhar and Khadhuajhar, which are one of the many stupas and vihars located near Sravasti city. The significance of Sravasti city is clear by the fact that it is among the 8 supreme places of pilgrimage of Buddhist religion. The onus of conserving this monument of national heritage is an archaeological survey of India. Let us all take a pledge here and now to protect and conserve this heritage of ours so that the coming generations can be proud of their historic legacy.